Hello, today I'm sharing 10 incredible Amazon products that I've been loving lately and think you will too. A few of these have been true game changers for me. I would even venture to say they've been pretty life-changing. You can find some amazing products on Amazon and some major duds too. So when I find products that I really love that I end up using day in and day out, I love putting these videos together and sharing them with you. I do Amazon videos about once a month because you seem to love them and I really love making this kind of content for you. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I have some really fun beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and home products to share with you today, so let's go ahead and get started. I've tested so many under eye patches, under eye masks throughout the years for depuffing, brightening, and hydrating to plump out my fine lines and texture. And most of them leave me feeling a little bit disappointed. Very few have actually impressed me. So I decided to try out these gold gel crystal collagen powder eye masks. I know they look kind of generic, but the ingredients in here are really impressive. And when you open them, you'll see a lot of wetness in there. So the first time I ever tried them, I was hoping for that extra hydration. They're very flexible. They can form to my under area nicely. I don't fight with them to stay up because they keep sliding all over the place. And they're the perfect size. They're not too large that they cover up my entire upper cheek the way a lot of under eye masks do. I have kind of a small face. Now it says to apply these and leave them on 15 to 20 minutes. I like to store them in the fridge because they just feel really good and I feel like it helps depuff a little bit more because of the coldness. I'll leave them on 15-20 minutes. Sometimes I leave them on longer, and when I remove them I do notice a difference if I have some puffiness, but more importantly I notice extra deep hydration that softens fine lines. I can massage the extra in and I just feel like my under eye area looks improved, smoother, and my fine lines are plumper, which is the goal of these types of masks. Now the first ingredient is obviously water. You can see that when you open up the package. And as I'm talking, I'm just going to pop the rest of the ingredients at the bottom of the screen in the order they're listed along with the purpose of each. Because I think sometimes we see some of these ingredients in other products, but we don't really realize what it does or why it's there. There are soothing agents, humectants that are designed to increase moisture retention and hold it in your skin, occlusives, ingredients that are rich in vitamins and minerals, emollient ingredients. There are 2 preservatives in here which help the product to have a nice shelf life. There's no discernible fragrance to these. I find them very soothing on my sensitive under eye area, but you will notice that perfume is the second to last ingredient. I almost think we're trained to be a little bit scared when we see fragrance in a product, but a lot of times the ingredients that make up a product, whether they're natural or synthetic, have their own fragrance and it's not very good. So manufacturers will add in a natural or synthetic fragrance to kind of neutralize that bad scent so that the product smell isn't off-putting to the consumer. And I think that that is what is happening here. And no matter if it's a synthetic or a natural fragrance, they have to list it in their ingredient list. Unless you're sensitive to a particular fragrance, if it's in such a small quantity, it shouldn't be an issue, but I do want to let you know that there is that listed there, but it has not been an issue for me. And I have sensitive eyes that water very easily and under eyes that are pretty reactive, and I do just fine with these. More than fine. I've been loving these. I'm so glad I tried them. I do need to give kudos to my sister-in-law because she's been swearing by these for a while and I finally decided to try them, and I'm so glad because they've become go-to under eye masks that I love. Now you can also buy this at Target, Walmart, or the drugstore, which is perfectly fine. I got mine at Amazon. The inventory at my local stores is always different, so a lot of times I will order products like that through Amazon. So this is the Curel Itch Defense Fragrance-Free Lotion for dry, itchy skin. I have very dry body skin, especially right now with it being cold outside. Now, when I first got this to try out, I was using a Eucerin lotion that I shared in another Amazon video that I really loved. And the texture is so different from that Eucerin lotion that was a little bit more liquidy. This has kind of a thicker texture to it. And at first, I didn't really like that. I was so used to my Eucerin, but the more I used it, the more I grew to like it. It really really adheres to my skin, sinks into my skin without leaving my skin feeling heavy or greasy. But what I love most about this is that the ingredients help improve and repair your moisture barrier. It's just very nourishing and perfect for this time of year. I want to say this big bottle is around $10. So if you have dry skin and you haven't checked this out, I would check it out. It can really revamp your body skin for 10 bucks. If you get flyaways like I do, I have them around my hairline, or if you pull your hair back and you have some fuzzies or stragglers that you need to smooth. For a long time now, I've raved about the INH Quick Slick Hair Smoother. It comes in a mascara tube. It's really great because it doesn't leave your hair all hard and crunchy like that Got2b Glued product. It does the job, it smooths down the flyaways without leaving a trace behind somehow. It doesn't leave my hair looking wet or oily either. I'm not quite sure how it works. I just know it does, and I love it. And a little tube will last you a long time because you're only using a small amount each time, but it is $18. And I've shared it so much that a lot of you have asked if I have ever found or ever thought about finding something that might be a little bit less, and here we are. So this is the Funan hair finishing stick. The packaging is really, really pretty and feels very high end, and this is only $5. This doesn't leave my hair dry and crunchy or oily. It also does what it needs to do with no residue. I can't tell if I have any flyaways to smooth right now. I'll pop in a clip here to show you that this does in fact work. Now the scent is just a very mild, almost lotion scent. It's almost unscented, whereas the INH product comes in some fun fruit scents which dissipate after you apply them. It just kind of makes it fun to apply. I usually get mine in peach. So that is a small difference. If you want something unscented, this is an option. Now I do notice that the smoothness doesn't stay quite as long as with the INH product. So I pretty much don't have to touch up later with the INH, no matter how long I'm out. I bring it in my purse with me just in case, but I never have to use it. With this, I do need to throw it in my purse because I will notice a few flyaways start to pop back up after a while. So keep that in mind if that's something that might bother you, but it is easy to throw one of these in your purse, but it is $5. So if that makes a difference to you, this is a great option that does work really well. This is a game-changing product, possibly life-changing. I am so mad I'm just now discovering. The first time I tried it, my mind was blown. So if you tuck shirts or sweaters, even the front part, into your pants, you'll notice sometimes it's kind of a struggle to get it tucked in just right, or you have a lot of bulk that you may not want. And the solution that I've seen before was basically to try tucking it up into your bra, which helps. It does help, but that can stretch out your bra. So this is a stretchy elastic band that you put between your bra and your waist, the waist of your pants. It's adjustable and comes in various colors. A pack of 4 is less than $20 if you want to split it with somebody or just have various colors for yourself. Do you see how thin this buckle is? You get no bulk from this whatsoever. I can't even feel it when I'm wearing it. I just tuck my shirt or sweater up into it and it stays just like it would stay if it was tucked up into my bra, but it just works so much better in here. Partially, I think, because I can adjust where this sits on my torso. And if you're someone who likes to wear crop tops and you have a regular top you want to turn into a crop top, this works great for that too. I'm giving 2 of mine to Brooke because she's going to get some use out of these too. She said she's been seeing them on TikTok or somewhere and was curious about them but didn't quite understand what it was. But if you're someone who is concerned with bulk from tucking products in, this is definitely a product you need. I had been hunting around for a light tan, I guess kind of a beigey Chelsea boot for a while, and I ended up finding it on Amazon of all places. This does come in various colors. You don't have to get this one, but I like this, especially for this time of year when we're going to be transitioning into spring. I wanted a lighter shade, and I love the sock detail. I'm always concerned with shoe comfort when I buy from brands I've never bought before on Amazon. The brand is Red Top. I've worn these several times. They're very comfortable. I hover between a 7 and a 7.5. I grabbed a 7.5. They're great when I wear a thick sock. I probably could have sized down to a 7 to wear a thinner sock, but I just kept the 7.5. I've just really been liking these, and I think these will go a few more months before, they'll start to look a little bit too wintry. Cute and casual. What's not to love? This is such a boring, weird product to get excited about, but I've been using it almost daily since October, and I just kept forgetting to share it with you. So this is a ceramic blade small box cutter. So the blade pops out like that, and when you're finished with it, it just retracts back into itself. I wasn't prepared for how excited I was gonna get about this. This opens packages so much easier than my regular box cutters ever did. I open up a lot of packages, and this just works beautifully and seamlessly every time, and fast, and I don't have to be scared of it like the razor blade box cutters. I have one, and I keep track of this like nothing else in this house. I'm showing that one is around $10, which seemed like kind of a lot for this little thing, but I mean, I use it a ton, so I've gotten my money's worth. And you can get a pack of 12 for $90, which makes them less than $8 each. Again, this is another product if you wanted to split it with somebody and get the pack of 12, that would be good to do. But I mean, I love this and use it. It's practical, yes, kind of boring, but the practical items are usually what we use the most on a day-to-day basis, and this is a good one. If you take a lot of vitamins, supplements, or medications throughout the day, a pill organizer is a very handy product to have, but I found that a lot of them aren't organized the way I wanted them to be. I wanted one that was pretty streamlined, didn't take up a lot of cabinet or drawer space, and that had 5 days a week and was divided into 3 times a day, morning, midday, and night, not just one slot for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because I take things at different times of the day. And I also wanted the capacity to be somewhat decent. I want to say this organizer was around $7, and it's given me everything I wanted. It holds enough per slot. It has every day of the week, 3 times a day. You can take each one out as you need to use it. So if you want to throw one in your purse, you can. Now, I have some of these slots loaded up way more than they need to be, but I wanted to show you the capacity, the variety. It gives me every day of the week, 3 times each day in a streamlined fashion. I'm always looking for ways to be more efficient and more streamlined in my life and to make things just so, and this has accomplished what I wanted. I fill it up at the beginning of the week and I'm good to go all week long. It's one less thing I have to think about during the week. I finally got a console table and some decor in our entryway. And one of the things I was having a hard time finding was a mirror. Now you can see this is clearly an arched mirror. The page that you go to will show you different shapes and sizes. So it's not all arched mirrors. But I hunted on various websites for large mirrors. This one is 30 by 40 and they're pricey. So when I found this one on Amazon, I decided to take a chance, which you can do because they have free shipping and free returns. I figured, we'll just see what it looks like when it gets here. If I hate it, I'll send it back. And I was so pleasantly surprised. It was heavy and substantial. The quality was really nice. It's this matte brass, and you can see that the frame has kind of a lip that extends beyond the mirror. So it's not just a basic mirror with a gold rim. It gives you a little bit more detail, which I love. And there's no distortion with the mirror. That was a big concern for me. I've found that sometimes with less expensive mirrors, and this one being as large as it is, was less than $150 compared to other retailers. That is a steal. I just thought it was gonna give some kind of distortion, and it doesn't. I think it looks great. I'm very happy. I have bookmarked this page in case I need another mirror in another area of my house because I've been so happy with this one. Now this is related to the mirror, but also to the artwork that I finally had done for each side of our TV, on each side of our fireplace. Because of the substantial size of both pieces of artwork and because of the weight of the mirror, I was really, really nervous about hanging them. And I didn't even know a product like this existed, but I found these heavy picture hangers. The ones that I got are for 50 pounds or less, but they also have them for 30 pounds or less and 100 pounds or less. Hanging all three of these was so easy. You just hammer the little nails in at the angle and hang your piece. I don't know what kind of magic is in these that makes them work so beautifully, different than a nail or other types of picture hangers, no matter what's going on with your wall, but they work beautifully. And I'm glad I've discovered these because these are not the only things I'm going to be hanging up over the next few months. And these make it a breeze, especially for those bigger, heavier objects. I wish I could remember whose video I saw this in because I'm so grateful. It's made such a difference. It's really been life-changing. As someone who is on the computer a lot using a trackpad or a mouse, I get wrist and thumb pain pretty frequently, or I should say I did get wrist and thumb pain frequently. But then I learned about this ergonomic mouse that looks completely weird. It allows you to keep your hand and wrist in a neutral position and it eliminates any of that pain. I mean, I would get some pretty bad pain. I would have to use a wrist brace and I don't have to do that anymore. So your two clicky buttons are here where the majority of your hand is. So is your scroll wheel. And the other side where your thumb is, you have two buttons that you can assign to other tasks. It took a little bit to get used to because it does feel different when you start using it. I mean, you hold it completely differently, but it makes a world of difference. I have not had any pain ever since I've been using this, which is a miracle. I just thought because I am someone that has to be at my computer a lot, I'm just destined to always deal with those kinds of issues. And this has pretty much alleviated them, which is game-changing. It's life-changing. And I kind of thought it was a gimmicky product at first, but it is anything but. I use and test a lot of Amazon products throughout the year for myself and for these videos. If you want to see which ones made the cut as being the best of the best Amazon products that I tried last year, check this video out. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful and enjoyable. If you did, give it a thumbs up and let me know below something that you've found recently on Amazon that you're loving. Subscribe if you're not already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.